in the Supreme Court of Fiji, in its original jurisdiction, miscellaneous section number 1 of 2025, in the matter of section 91.5 and 98.3c of the Constitution of the Republic of Fiji, in the matter of a reference by Cabinet for an opinion from the Supreme Court on a matter concerning interpretation and application of section 159 and 160 of the Constitution of the Republic of Fiji.
Thank you. Representation by the parties. First, the state.
My Lords, my Lady, Mr. Chief Justice, Counsel is Osorongo, initial F, as Acting Minister for Justice, and I appear today with Mr. Solicitor, Mr. Green, initial R, and Ms. Solimailangi, initial O. We appear for the State 34 role in this constitutional reference matter. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Osorongo. Representative for the People's Airlines Party.
My Lords, my Lady, Council's name is Valinitambo, initial S. I appear for the People's Alliance.
Thank you, Mr. Valentembua. Representation for the National Federation Party.
May it please the court, Council's name is Ronald Singh. I appear with me my colleague, Mr. Linginibai, initial J, for the National Federation Party.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Representative for the Sodelpa Party.
May it please the court, my lord, my lady, Council's name is Ulundole, initial J, and I appear for Sodelpa Party.
Thank you, Mr. Ulundole. Representative for Honorable Seru Ratu's faction in Parliament.
Good afternoon, my lords. My lady, Singh initial K for the 14th tribunal.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Representative for Ms. Honorable Naivaluru's faction in Parliament.
May it please, my lady, my lords, Council's name Devi, initial S, with Bakalalambure, initial T, appear for G11 this matter.
Thank you, Ms. Devi. Representative for the Fiji Labour Party.
May it please the court, your lordship, honorable Chief Justice, my lady, and your lordships. Council's name Karunaratna, initial J. I appear for the Fiji Labour Party together with my co-counsel, Mr. Nandan, initial S.
Thank you, Mr. Karunalam. Representative for the Unity Fiji Party.
May I please this honorable court, my lords and my lady, Council is Rakadi, initial N, and appear with Ms. Mulivau, initial L, for the Unity Fiji Party.
Thank you, Ms. Rekadi. Representative for the Fiji Human Rights and Anti-Discrimination Commission.
May it please the court, your lordships and your ladyship. My name is Alafina Vuki, initial V, and I'm assisted by my co-counsel, Willie, initial V. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Vuki. Representative for the Fiji Law Society.
Good afternoon. If it pleases the court, my name is Clark, initial W, and I'm here on behalf of the Fiji Law Society.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Counsel assisting, Mr.
May it please the court, my lords, my lady, Council's name is Butler, initials AS, appearing as amicus curiae.
Thank you, Mr. Butler. Before I read the summary housekeeping matters, the court has prepared its judgment, which consists of 66 pages. Obviously, don't expect me to read the 66 pages. So the court has written a summary which consists of 5 pages. On On behalf of the court, I will read the summary to you. At the end of the summary, each party is going to get a copy of the Supreme Court's opinion as contained in the 66-page judgment and a copy of the summary. So each of you are going to get a copy. However, the government side will get 2 copies. Mass media will also be given access to a copy of the judgment and the summary, as they represent the public when it comes to the information gathering by the public. So I now proceed to read the summary prepared by the court. This is the summary. Summary of the response of the Supreme Court of Fiji to questions referred to it by Cabinet under Section 91, subsection 5 of the 2013 Constitution of the Republic of Fiji. On 11 June 2025, the Cabinet referred to this court over the signature of the Prime Minister 5 questions under Section 91, subsection 5 of the Constitution. That section says that, and I quote, Cabinet may seek an opinion from the Supreme Court on any matter concerning the interpretation and application of the Constitution, unquote. The questions referred by Cabinet concern sections of the Constitution providing for its amendment. They are to be found in Chapter 11 of the Constitution, and in particular in Section 159 and 160. The court was also asked for its opinion on whether the 1997 Constitution is still valid and applicable. The court considered that before it could answer any of these questions, it had to be satisfied that it had jurisdiction to do so. It could only exercise its jurisdiction under the 2013 Constitution if it recognized that Constitution as the legally effective Constitution in Fiji. Even though the courts of Fiji have heard cases arising under the 2013 Constitution before, they have not addressed the fundamental question whether it is the legally effective Constitution of Fiji. The question whether the 2013 Constitution is the legally effective Constitution of Fiji is a question to be answered by applying the common law of Fiji, which has been part of the law of Fiji, and its ultimate constitutional foundation since the deed of cession in 1874. The common law to which we look to develop and apply criteria of recognition to the Constitution has been a constant part of the law of Fiji through all of the upheavals of the last 4 decades. As a matter of common law, the court holds that it should recognize the 2013 Constitution as the legally effective Constitution of Fiji. It so holds having regard to the time that has passed since its inception, the many laws that have been passed under it, and the 3 popular elections that have been held under it. The court takes judicial notice that individuals and business will have organized their affairs and made their arrangements in reliance upon it. It does not follow that everyone admires or respects the 2013 Constitution, however. It was imposed on the people, not chosen by them. There is therefore a democratic deficit. We regard the amendment provisions of the Constitution as rendering it virtually unamendable by requiring three-quarter majorities in Parliament and of all registered voters at a subsequent referendum, voting or not. This mechanism effectively disempowers the people as a whole from effecting democratic change. Our recognition of the Constitution is therefore qualified. We will not recognize the amendment provisions as they presently stand. We will recognize them as legally effective when interpreted to reduce the majority requirements to workable levels. 2/3 of all members of Parliament, coupled with a simple majority of electors voting at a referendum. In this way, we have recognized the basic structure of the amendment provisions requiring approval from both members of Parliament and voters, and have remedially interpreted them only to the extent necessary to make democratic control possible. In so doing, we do not accept the contention of the state that the Constitution can be amended simply by a simple majority of the Parliament. It is our view that the qualified recognition we give to the 2013 Constitution empowers the people of Fiji to undertake such changes as they think appropriate, making change feasible, but not making it so easy that it can too readily be affected by one interest group or another. In the interest of stability and continuity, we recognize Section 1592A that makes Chapter 10 relating to immunities not subject to amendment. We also recognize Section 159, subsection 2B, which preserve the transitional provisions in Chapter 12. We do not recognize Section 1592C, which prevents amendments to the amendments provisions themselves. Having recognized the 2013 Constitution by application of the common law, including a remedial interpretation of the amendment provisions, we have jurisdiction to answer the question posed by the Cabinet. The Court will make declarations to reflect the fact that it recognizes the 2013 Constitution and the terms on which it does so. In light of those declarations, it will answer the question posed by the Cabinet. The declaration made by the Court and the answers given to the questions asked are as follows. Number one, we make the following declarations. Number one, subject to declaration number two, the Court recognizes the 2013 Constitution as the legally effective Constitution of the Republic of Fiji. Number two, in relation to Chapter 11, the recognition of the 2013 Constitution of the Republic of Fiji as legally effective is limited as follows. To 1.1, recognition does not extend to Section 1592C. 2.2, Section 160, subsection 2B is recognized, but subject to reading down the words quote 3/4 unquote to quote 2/3 unquote. 2.3, Section 160, subsection 6 is recognized, but subject to the reading down of the words quote 3/4 of the total number of registered voters unquote to quote a majority of those registered voters who vote in the referendum, unquote. In all other respects, Section 159 and 160 are recognized. Number 3, by reasons of its recognition of the 2013 Constitution, as set out in the preceding declarations, the Supreme Court has the jurisdiction conferred upon it by Section 98, subsection 3C, read with Section 91, subsection 5. Number 2, in the exercise of its jurisdiction under Section 93, subsection 3C of the 2013 Constitution, the Court expresses its opinion on the question referred to it by Cabinet by way of the following answers. Question A. Other provisions of Chapter 11 and of Part D of Chapter 12 of the Constitution of the Republic of Fiji, binding on the people of Fiji, the Parliament of Fiji, and the Supreme Court, with the effect that none of those provisions can ever be amended, regardless of the will of Parliament or of the people voting in a referendum. Opinion. The provisions referred to are binding to the extent that they have been declared by this court to be legally effective. Question B. May the provisions referred to in question A be amended following enactment of a Bill of Parliament to do so in terms thought fit by Parliament. Opinion. Amendment of the provisions of Chapter 11 recognized by the Court may be commenced by enactment of a bill in accordance with the procedures set out in Section 160, subsection 2, and supported at the second and third readings by the votes of at least 2/3 of all members of Parliament. Question 3. Is approval of any amendment proposed in accordance with question B effective only if approved by the people of Fiji at a referendum? Opinion. Approval of any amendment to the Constitution by a majority of the registered voters voting in a referendum is necessary to make any amendment legally effective. Question D. Is any special majority, and if so, in what proportion, necessary for an amendment under question B or approved by referendum under question C? Opinion. 2/3 of all members of Parliament must support an amendment bill at the second and third readings, and a majority of voters voting in a referendum in relation to the proposed amendments must vote in favor of the amendment. Question E. Is the 1997 Constitution still valid and applicable? Opinion. No. That is the summary of the court's decision. Can I now ask the court registrar to supply the state 2 copies and all the interveners 1 copy of the summary and judgment? Can I also ask the registrar to supply representative of the media 1 copy each?
interveners that have submitted their email address to us, and e-copy will also be sent to that address.
Thank you. Okay, anything else? Right, thank you. Yes, Attorney General.
My Lords and my Lady. My Lord Chief Justice, if it may please this Honourable Court. On behalf of the Honourable Prime Minister, who is present in court today, and also on behalf of Mr. Attorney, who is regrettably unable to be present this afternoon due to official commitments abroad. They've asked me, my Lords and my Lady, to convey, Mr. Attorney has asked me to convey his respectful apologies to the court today for not being able to be here to make this address. Well, on behalf of the Prime Minister, as Chair of Cabinet, the ultimate referral of this constitutional matter, and on behalf of the Acting Attorney, they wish me to extend their deep appreciation through your honours to this bench for convening to hear and now deliver an opinion in this matter of utmost significant constitutional importance. This reference, my Lords and my Lady, brought under Section 91.5 and 98.3 of the Constitution, has raised indeed complex questions and issues concerning the interpretation and application of Sections 159 and 160 of the Constitution of the Republic of Fiji. These are matters that go to the very heart of our constitutional framework and governance. The Honourable Prime Minister and the Acting Mr. Attorney, on behalf of the State, wishes to acknowledge the invaluable contributions of all councils and parties who have been invited to intervene. The Court's invitation for their submissions and their readiness to provide them has greatly assisted these proceedings. My Lord Chief Justice, above all, the Honourable Prime Minister and the Acting Mr. Attorney is grateful to this Honourable Court for the manner in which it has expedited the hearing of this very important constitutional reference, recognizing the need for certainty and resolution on issues of constitutional interpretation that affect not only the government, the Republic of Fiji, but of its people. My Lord Chief Justice, my Lords, my Lady, on behalf of the Honourable Prime Minister and the Honourable Acting Mr. Attorney, I extend the State's appreciation to the Court for its careful consideration, to the parties and councils for their cooperation, to the Court and the Registry staff facilitating the efficient conduct of these proceedings. Your Lordship pleases.
Thank you, Mr. Wasrong. On behalf of the court, thank you for your comments. In the meantime, the court is adjourned. Thank you.